Hello friends, welcome to my channel Marine Knowledge. Today we are going to discuss about fund convention and supplementary fund. So fund convention, as we all know, is international convention on the establishment of an international fund for compensation of oil pollution damage. Okay, so in my earlier video I have discussed about CLC convention in depth. If you want to know about fund convention, I would strongly recommend you to go through CLC convention first, as both are interconnected. Okay, moving on. First I will do a recap on CLC convention. So first thing is CLC applies to pollution caused by persistent oil. Secondly, CLC applies to both laden as well as unladen tankers. Thirdly, CLC convention is applicable up to the EEZ of the contracting state. Fourthly, leaving few exemptions, the liability of oil pollution lies with ship owner alone. And lastly, all ships that carry more than 2000 tons of oil as cargo need to maintain insurance equal to ship owner's liability as per CLC 92. Okay, so moving on, the first question that comes in our mind is why we need fund convention when we have CLC convention. So to explain this, let's take an example of a ship of 4000 GT which causes an oil spill. The estimated damage caused by oil spill is 10 million SDR. We all know, as per CLC convention, the liability of oil pollution lies with ship owner alone. But as the ship is less than 5000 GT, the ship owner will limit his liability to 4.51 million SDR. So now the question comes, who will pay rest of the 5.49 million SDR? So it was decided to create a separate fund that would be used where the limits of the CLC convention ends, and this fund was called the 1992 International Oil Pollution Compensation Fund. Okay, so now the next question that comes in our mind is that who will contribute in the fund? Okay, the answer for that is the whole oil trade exists because there are countries who need oil. If no one requires oil, there would be no transportation of oil by sea and thus no chance of oil pollution. Thus, the receivers of the oil in that country need to contribute to the fund. All persons/companies in any country importing more than 1,50,000 tons of oil in any year shall contribute to the fund as may be called upon to do so from time to time. Okay, so now moving further, we have some important dates related to fund convention. So fund convention was adopted on 18 December 1971, which entered into force on 16th October 1978. It was superseded by the 1992 protocol, which was adopted on 27 November 1992 and which came into force on 30th May 1996. So these were some of the important dates relating to fund convention. Okay, so in the next slide we have the applicability of fund convention. Okay, the scope of application for fund convention is same as the CLC convention. The fund convention applies to pollution caused by persistent oil and is applicable in the territorial sea or the exclusive economic zone or equivalent area of a state party to the convention. Okay, now the next question is, in which all cases money from the fund may be paid? There are three cases in which the money from the fund may be paid. The first is when contracting state receive no compensation for pollution damage as per CLC convention. In my previous video on CLC convention, I had discussed three situations where the ship owner is exempted to pay under CLC 92, and those three conditions were: number 1, due to act of war or natural phenomena; secondly, third party deliberately wanting to cause damage; and thirdly, negligence of government or other authority responsible for maintaining lights or navigational aid. Out of these three instances, pollution damage caused from an act of war is not covered by fund convention. Rest all other above situation, the damage caused is covered by fund convention. Okay, second situation, when ship owner is incapable of paying for the damage under CLC convention. Okay, let us take an example where a ship carries less than 2000 tons of oil as cargo. So, as per CLC convention, the ship owner need not maintain any insurance for oil pollution damage. If suppose now this ship gets aground and causes oil pollution, ship owner still has the liability to pay for damage. But if the ship owner declares himself bankrupt, then in that case the damage would be covered by fund convention. Coming to the third situation, when damage are more than ship owner's liability as per CLC convention. CLC convention defines the maximum liability of ship owner, but if the damages are more than ship owner's liability as per CLC convention, the excess amount is covered under fund convention. Okay, now moving to the next slide where we have the maximum amount of compensation that can be paid from IOPC fund. So the answer for that is the maximum compensation that can be paid for the damage from a single incident is 203 million SDR. However, if 3 states contributing to the fund receive more than 600 million tons of oil per annum, the maximum amount is raised to 300.74 million SDR. So this is the maximum amount that can be paid from IOPC fund. Now we finish fund convention and we will move on to supplementary fund. The purpose of the supplementary fund was to create a third tier of compensation for the pollution incidents where even the compensation under the CLC and fund convention were not sufficient. So now the question comes, who contribute to the supplementary fund? Okay, the answer for that is same parties who contribute to the fund will contribute in the supplementary fund. That is the receiver in the contracting state that receive at least 1,50,000 tons of oil in one calendar year, and the total oil received in the contracting state should be 1 million ton or more. So these parties will contribute in the supplementary fund. Coming to the next question, the maximum amount of compensation that can be paid from supplementary fund. So the answer is the maximum compensation including the compensation paid under CLC and fund convention for one incident can be not more than 750 million SDR. Until date, supplementary fund has never been used. Now I am coming to the last part of my video, and that is the questions that I feel MMD surveyors are asking. So the first question is, has India ratified fund convention? Yes, India has ratified the fund protocol 1976, but 92 protocol is under consideration. Second question, how much India contribute in the International Oil Pollution Compensation Fund? So the answer is India contributes almost 14.5% of the total contribution made in the IOPC fund. India is the largest contributor in the IOPC fund as India imports large amount of oil. Thirdly, if a state is not party to fund convention and in case of pollution after CLC is exhausted, then who will pay? So the answer is, if the state is not party, then the state will have to pay. So here I finish my video. I hope I have covered up all the topics related to fund convention and supplementary convention. I hope you would have liked my video. If you liked my video, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Thank you very much.